The Christian broadcasting world is mourning the heartbreaking loss of Joni Lamb, known for her passionate faith, television ministry, and decades of work on Christian television. Joanie became one of the most recognized female voices in faith-based broadcasting. Her passing on May 7, 2026, has left millions of viewers shocked and saddened across America and around the world. With heavy hearts, family members, friends, and supporters confirmed that Joni Lamb passed away on May 7, 2026, at her home in Bedford, Texas. She was 65 years old at the time of her passing. Reports stated that Joanie died from complications related to a serious back injury. The heartbreaking news quickly spread throughout Christian communities and social media, where countless tributes began pouring in from pastors, television personalities, singers, and longtime viewers of the Daystar Television Network. Many fans described her as a strong woman of faith who dedicated most of her life to Christian broadcasting. Others remembered her as a passionate speaker who openly shared personal struggles, faith journeys, and emotional moments with audiences around the world. Her death marks the end of an important chapter in modern Christian television history. Early life and childhood. Joni Lamb was born Joni Trammell in Greenville, South Carolina. She grew up in a deeply religious household and was raised within the Christian faith from an early age. Her family attended the Tremont Avenue Church of God, where worship and ministry became major parts of her childhood life. It was during her younger years that she first became involved in church activities and spiritual gatherings. Friends and relatives often described her as energetic, faith-driven, and deeply committed to ministry even as a young girl. Her life changed forever when a traveling preacher named Marcus Lamb visited her church during a revival event. The two quickly formed a connection through their shared Christian beliefs and ministry goals. After spending time together and building a relationship centered around faith, Joanie and Marcus married in 1982. Their marriage would eventually become one of the most recognized partnerships in Christian broadcasting history. Beginning their ministry journey. Following their marriage, Joanie and Marcus traveled together as evangelists, visiting churches and spreading Christian teachings throughout different communities. These early years were not glamorous. The couple worked tirelessly while pursuing their dream of building a larger ministry platform. In 1984, they settled in Montgomery, Alabama, where they took a major step toward their future success by purchasing a full-power television station. This decision would completely transform their lives. Through broadcasting, Joanie and Marcus began sharing Bible teachings and Christian programs with television audiences. At a time when faith-based television was still growing, the couple believed media could become a powerful tool for spreading the gospel. Their vision continued expanding throughout the late 1980s. Eventually, they relocated to Dallas, Texas, where they entered a much larger media market and continued developing Christian television programming. By 1998, their hard work had finally resulted in the creation of the Daystar Television Network, which became one of the largest Christian television networks in the world. Building Daystar Television Network. Joni Lamb played a massive role behind the scenes and in front of the camera at Daystar. While Marcus often became the public face of preaching and ministry, Joanie helped shape the network's identity, programming, and daily operations. Over the years, Daystar reached millions of households internationally through satellite and cable broadcasting. The network featured sermons, worship music, Christian talk shows, conferences, prayer programs, and inspirational content. Joanie served as co-founder, president, and executive producer. Her influence on the network extended far beyond hosting television programs. She was involved in production decisions, guest bookings, ministry outreach, and network expansion. Supporters admired her determination and leadership. Many viewers considered Daystar an important source of spiritual encouragement during difficult times. At the same time, critics sometimes challenged the network over theological, political, and financial controversies. Nevertheless, Joanie remained one of the most visible women in Christian media for decades. Joanie Table Talk. One of Joanie's most recognizable television programs was Joanie Table Talk. The weekday talk show featured roundtable conversations involving pastors, singers, authors, public figures, and ministry guests. The program focused on discussions about Christianity, culture, family, faith, relationships, and current events. Joanie's conversational style helped the show attract a loyal audience of viewers who appreciated emotional and faith-centered discussions. In 2004, The program received recognition from the National Religious Broadcasters Organization as Best Television Talk Show. Many fans loved the personal atmosphere of the show. Viewers often felt like they were sitting at the table with friends discussing real-life struggles, spirituality, and hope. Joanie became especially known for openly discussing emotional pain, marriage struggles, forgiveness, prayer, and healing. Personal life. Joanie's personal life often became part of public conversation because of her visibility in Christian media. She and Marcus Lamb raised 3 children together: Jonathan Lamb, Rachel Lamb Brown, and Rebecca Lamb Weiss. Their family frequently appeared together on television broadcasts and ministry events. In 2010, Marcus publicly admitted to having an extramarital affair, which shocked many viewers. The couple openly discussed forgiveness and reconciliation afterward, presenting their marriage struggles publicly as part of their faith testimony. Another heartbreaking moment came in 2021, when Marcus Lamb died from complications related to COVID-19 at the age of 64. Marcus's death devastated Joanie emotionally. On television, she openly shared her grief, heartbreak, and spiritual journey after losing her husband and ministry partner. In June of 2023, Joanie married Doug Weiss, a television co-host, author, and psychologist. Their marriage brought renewed public attention to her personal life during her later years. Cause of death. According to reports, Joni Lamb died on May 7, 2026, from complications related to a back injury at her home in Bedford, Texas. Although further medical details were not widely released publicly, sources indicated that ongoing health complications connected to the injury ultimately led to her passing. Her death came as a shock to many supporters because she had remained active in broadcasting and ministry work in recent years. Following the announcement, tributes flooded social media from Christian leaders, television personalities, singers, and loyal viewers who thanked her for decades of ministry and inspiration. Net worth and lifestyle. Over the course of her long broadcasting career, Joni Lamb helped build one of the most successful Christian television networks in America. At the time of her passing, reports stated that she owned several luxury properties, including multiple homes in Texas, a property in Georgia, and a beach condominium in Miramar Beach, Florida. Her estimated net worth was believed to be in the multi-million-dollar range due to her involvement with Daystar Television Network, media production, real estate holdings, books, speaking engagements, and television broadcasting. Despite criticism over prosperity, preaching, and wealth within televangelism, supporters often pointed to her decades of hard work and ministry leadership as the foundation of her financial success, legacy, and impact. Joni Lamb leaves behind a complicated but undeniably significant legacy in Christian broadcasting. To her supporters, she was a faithful woman who spent decades spreading Christian messages through television ministry. Many viewers say her programs helped them through grief, depression, loneliness, addiction, and spiritual struggles. To critics, she represented some of the controversies surrounding modern televangelism and faith-based media. But regardless of opinions, her influence on Christian television cannot be ignored. She helped build a network that reached millions of homes around the world and became one of the most recognized female figures in religious broadcasting. Her story was one of faith, ambition, perseverance, controversy, heartbreak, and influence. Tribute. The passing of Joni Lamb marks the end of an era for Daystar Television Network and Christian broadcasting. For decades, her face, voice, and prayers became familiar to millions of viewers who welcomed her into their homes every single day. Many people grew up watching her programs with parents and grandparents. Others discovered faith, hope, and encouragement during difficult seasons through her television ministry. Some admired her strength after personal tragedy, while others respected her commitment to broadcasting despite public criticism and controversy. Joni's life was far from perfect, and she often faced intense public attention. Yet she continued moving forward through heartbreak, loss, criticism, and personal challenges. Her journey included love, ministry, success, pain, family struggles, public controversy, and deep faith. Through it all, she remained one of the most recognizable women in Christian media. Now, viewers who watched her for decades are left remembering the conversations, prayers, worship moments, and emotional broadcasts that became part of their daily lives. As tributes continue pouring in from around the world, Many supporters are choosing to focus on the encouragement and inspiration they received from her ministry over the years. Though Joni Lamb has passed away, her voice and influence will continue living on through the countless television broadcasts, messages, interviews, and ministry moments she shared throughout her lifetime. May she rest in peace.